G'day, welcome to Chase the Weekend. My name's Matt. How you going today? Got a little bit of a review today for you. We've got some full drive Supacentre rear drawers in our vehicles that we've had in for a while now. Graham's had, how long have you had?
18 months, 2 years, I think.
Months. I've had mine in, we did the last video, check out the link below in the description if you haven't seen that video yet. About 5 months now, so we thought it would be a good time to go through some pros and cons with you that we've found and some future plans that we've got in store. So check it out. Righto, so we'll start with the old patrol here. All in all, these drawers have been really good so far. There's a few little things that could be improved on and things that I think are not quite right.
Hey, thanks for watching our video. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks.
Number one on the list today is the fridge slide. Now I know that I said that I probably wasn't going to use the fridge slide, but I have used it just to try it out. And a couple of the things that bother me a little bit. The first one is, because the fridge slide is integrated into the carcass, every time that you open this fridge slide to pull your fridge out, there's the opportunity for things to fall in behind the drawer and block pushing the slide back. Oh man, not again. So when you're traveling, it does get a little bit frustrating. The other one too is no lockout. So when you slide the fridge out, there's no lock to lock it into position. So if your vehicle's on a little bit of an incline like that, the rollers are good enough that the fridge will actually keep sliding back in. The other thing with the fridge slide being integrated is that this drawer is probably about that much shallower than the other drawer. So it's not a biggie, but it just means that you don't get as much storage in there. And the other thing is the tie downs. They could be a bit better, honestly. They're not bad, but there's always room for improvement. Number two on the list is the latches. Now the latches work quite well. The biggest thing is that the slot in here has a bit of play, and it does get a little bit annoying when you're on those more bumpy roads and the drawers going in and out. I get that you got to do a bit bigger slot, because if these drawers are modular, so that they're going to be able to fit in a lot of different vehicles, so having the slots bigger means that if there is a bit of discrepancy when you're fitting the carcass, that the slots have still got enough room that they're going to latch. So, but it is a little bit annoying. The other one with the latches and the drawers, I guess, is that they don't have a lockout as well. So same as the fridge slide, as soon as you're on an incline, the drawers want to keep sliding in. So number three on the list is actually the price. I think they're too cheap. I think that full drive Supacentre or Titan, if you spend an extra $100 on the manufacture of the drawers, you're going to have a much better product. Your retail price is only going to go up by about the same sort, maybe 150 bucks. You're still going to be the cheapest in that price range, and you're going to have the best drawers in that price range as well. There's things like, spend an extra few bucks, get a bit thicker timber for the drawer tops, put some latches on there, get a better finish for the screw, like use a better grade stainless steel or whatever you do, because we've actually found that a few of these bolts were stripped and there's a few screws underneath it weren't quite put in right. The little screw buckles for the wing kits are rubbish. I actually took them out and just leave them in there because they pop out all the time. So yeah, spend a few extra bucks on the manufacturer, get those few things right, and it's going to be an A+ product. So for the pros for the drawers, number one is the price. Yes, I know I had it as a dislike, but the price is excellent. I picked these drawers up on sale with the wing kits for 350 bucks, like cheap as chips. You get what you pay for, but I think they're actually quite good for that money. And in my opinion, one of the best things that full drive Supacentre is doing for the full drive industry is allowing people, young people or people just getting into camping and full driving access to all of these different products without breaking the budgets. You are buying at the bottom, but it's good gear. It's, you know, there's a heap of good stuff in there, heaps of good wins. You know, and along with the price, 4Drive Supacentre is a big company. You know, they've got distribution centres all over the place, so you're never too far from a centre, and you know, their after sales service is pretty good. I've had a warranty issue before, had to fill out the warranty form, which you do with any supplier, get photos for them, and they didn't hesitate, sent me a new product. Happy days. Number 2 on the pros is the convenience of extra storage. I was quite surprised how good having extra storage in the vehicle is, especially for things that are in there all the time. So like recovery gear, kitchen roll, stuff like that, stuff that you keep in your car all the time. You've got somewhere to put it, it's out of the way. And it also means that when you're not carrying the fridge, you've got a nice big flat deck, chuck bags in, chuck the camp chairs and whatever if you're doing a day trip somewhere. And there's also like the side wings. In the Patrol, there's not a great deal of room in there, but you know, I've got, in this side, I've got jumper cables. That side I've got, you know, hand wash, you know, I've got my little axe there, you know, a few other bits and pieces. So yeah, really good for that. So number 3 on the list today was actually the build. I actually like the build. There's a couple of little things here and there, but overall quite good. You know, it fits to the vehicle really well. The wing kits fit, you know, it's a really nice fit there. The rollers in the drawers feel really solid. They're, you know, quite durable. I don't know what the drawer weight is rated for, but I reckon you could probably nearly sit in there and it'd carry your weight. I wouldn't recommend that though, but it probably would do that. All right, let's head over to the Cruiser and see what Gaz reckons.
So I picked these up, I reckon it must have been about 2 years ago. I got them second hand locally, which was great because they're a little bit cheaper. I think they were between 200 and 250 bucks. The carpet was pretty knackered, so I recarpeted them, pulled them all apart and put some new carpet on there back when I installed them. And I also made up this little fridge cage just to stop stuff falling onto the fridge. That way you can, you know, you can pull your fridge in and out without having all your stuff fall on top of it. And a little platform up the top there just for a little bit of extra storage. Look, all in all, Matt's covered a lot of the pros and cons, and I probably agree with him on most of them. They are a good solid drawer. Like, you know, they're made out of steel, so they're nice and solid. Probably a couple of cons that I have with them is obviously the weight, like having that much steel and stuff in the back. Something that I'm considering a lot more now that I'm getting a little bit older is how much weight I actually put in the vehicle. Reduces obviously how much stuff you can take with you, passengers, fuel and things like that. So that is something that I'm a little bit more concerned of these days. Another thing that I'm not a big fan of is just the cheap timber that's used on the top of these. If you've played with them, I think it's chipboard or something cheap. And like everyone you see is all bent like this just from having too much stuff, or you kneel in there to get in there, it bends them.
Yes, a trap for young players. Don't stand on there. It will actually bend that. I knew better, but I had a lapse.
And like this aluminium, like, you know, if you drag something out of there, you know, it's going to catch on that. That sort of thing annoys me a bit. One of the major things is just the height of this fridge. So obviously I'm pretty tall, so it's not too bad. Like I can see in there and get into there pretty easy, but my wife's a little bit vertically challenged. So for her, every time she gets something out of there, it's lucky dip. So I'm actually going to pull all this out and I'm going to redo it. So we're going to move the fridge down and put it level. I mean, you could run a drop slide and stuff, but it's just an extra thing to have on top of all this weight and stuff anyway. So I figured, let's redo it. We're going to drop the fridge down to the level there. That will make it a lot easier to get in and out of the fridge. Hey, if you've got a custom setup in your car, why don't you put a photo in the comments and let us have a look and see what you've done. So overall, they're pretty good. I mean, with the Cruiser, you do get a fair bit of wing space. I do get like a full tool roll and heaps of electrical spares and stuff like that in this side. And then the other side, I do have my air pump and hose and also jumper leads and stuff. So there's a fair bit of space in there. So they are good for that. When we pull this out and change it all around in here, I am going to change the 12 volt setup. So went and bought a lithium battery the other week. So I'm going to mount that in the back. I'm going to mount a solar panel and wire all that up, and that'll be all in an upcoming episode. Well, there you go, guys. there's some pros and cons to the Titan rear drawers in the Cruiser and the Patrol. Hopefully there's some tips there or some things that you were looking for when you were researching this, and it helps you guys out. Don't forget, if you like what you saw, give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, because it really helps the channel out. And remember,
The weeks are long,
but the weekends are short.
so get out there and chase the weekend.